Hi family, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we are going to be talking about a very exciting series that I am so excited to start. The series is about Proverbs 31. We are going to be dissecting verse by verse chapter 31 of Proverbs. We're going to be learning who is the Proverbs 31 woman, what the Bible says the Proverbs 31 woman is. Why does the Bible say that for men, if they find this woman, she is more precious than rubies? The Bible also says in Proverbs 18, the man who finds a wife finds a good thing. So today we are going to be discussing and we are going to be learning why the Bible says that. So if you are interested in learning about Proverbs 31, then just continue watching. So in today's episode, we are going to be dissecting verse 10 through 12. So let's start off. So I am going to be sharing with you what Proverbs 31 verse 10 through 12 says. So it reads, "Who can find a wife of noble character? She is far more precious than jewels. The heart of her husband trusts in her, and he will not lack anything good. She rewards him with good and not evil all the days of her life." Alright, so let's start off with verse 10. Who can find a wife of noble character? Why does the Bible say, who can find a wife of noble character? Isn't every wife a wife of noble character? Isn't it very easy to find a wife? For there's so many women out there. Well, if you're asking yourself this question, the answer is no. You see, a man can marry a woman, but that does not mean he has married a wife. So how do I know this, you're probably wondering. Well, if we go back to the previous verses, verse 1 through 9, we will learn that King Lemuel's mother is the one who is telling him the characteristics of a woman that he should pick to be his wife. So verse 1 of Proverbs 31 says, "The words of King Lemuel," a pronouncement that his mother taught him. So verses 1 through 9 are things that his mother taught him. Verses 10 through 31 are characters that she is telling him to look in a woman before he marries her. So not every woman has these characters. You see, God designed us women to have these divine gifts, but not every woman walks them out. And that is the difference of a woman that a man marries and a wife that a man marries. So when Lemuel's mother tells him in verse 10, "Who can find a wife of noble character?" she is telling him, Lemuel, not every woman is a wife. The one who finds a woman of noble character finds a wife. So when King Lemuel's mother tells him, "Who can find a wife of noble character? For she is far more precious than jewels." In other translations, it says, "For she is more precious than rubies." And why does the Bible say that she is more precious than these beautiful red gemstones? So rubies are precious red gemstones. Not only are they beautiful to look at, but they are so rare to find. You cannot find them anywhere. Did you know that good quality rubies are more rare than diamonds? The Bible mentions rubies in another passage in Proverbs. Proverbs 8 verse 11 reads, "Wisdom is better than rubies, and nothing desirable can compare to it." Here we can see that the Bible holds ruby gemstones as very valuable. Now, the Bible is talking about wisdom. It tells us that rubies aren't compared to wisdom. We can note that the Bible mentioned rubies and not gold, silver, or diamonds. Why rubies, we might ask? Well, rubies are worth so much. Rubies are so valuable. They're so rare to find. If you find yourself a good quality ruby, it is going to be worth so much money. So here we can see how much worth and how much value these ruby gemstones have. So going back to Proverbs 31, now that we know what rubies are and how much value they have, King Lemuel's mother tells him, listen, if you find yourself a woman with these characters that I am about to tell you, you have found yourself a wife. Not only have you found yourself a wife, but you have found yourself a wife that is more precious than rubies. Alright, so let's see the qualities of this Proverbs 31 woman. So verse 11 reads, the heart of her husband trusts in her, and he will not lack anything good. Here we can see that the first character that the Proverbs 31 woman has is trust. She is trustworthy. And not only is she trustworthy, but because she is so trustworthy, her husband can rely on her, and he can know that he will not lack anything good. Here we learn that the first character that a Proverbs 31 woman has is that she is trustworthy. Her husband's heart can trust in her 100%. And when he does trust in her, he does not fear, for he knows that he will not lack anything good. This is the kind of woman that a man sees as a true partner in life. He knows that her heart is to bless him and not to harm him. It is her heart not to live for herself, but to bless her family. This is the woman that a man can tell his secrets to and know that she is not going to go out there telling it to the world. This is the woman that a man can trust his whole salary, paycheck to. Know that she is going to spend the money wisely to bless him and the family. For again, her heart is to bless her family, not to live for herself. Verse 12 says, she rewards him with good, not evil, all the days of her life. Here we can see another character of the Proverbs 31 woman. She rewards her husband with good and not evil. What does that mean, you might be asking? Well, how do we reward our husband with good and not evil? We need to be willing to serve. Now, to serve your husband, you need to show qualities of caring. So here we learn that the Proverbs 31 woman is not only trustworthy, but she is also loving and caring. She loves to serve her husband. She rewards him with good and not evil all the days of her life. Alright, so now let's summarize the characters of the Proverbs 31 woman. Verse 10 through 12 tells us that she is hard to find. She is as rare as finding rubies. If you find her, she is more precious than having rubies. When you find her, you will find these characters in her. Number 1, she is trustworthy. The man that finds her knows he can trust her 100%. The Bible mentions trust as a virtue. In Luke 16:10, we learn that being trustworthy is a virtue that not everybody has. Verse 10 reads, whoever is faithful in very little is also faithful in much. And whoever is unrighteous in very little is also unrighteous in much. So if you have not been faithful with worldly wealth, who will trust you with what is genuine? So here we can see that not everybody is trustworthy. But the Proverbs 31 woman, she is trustworthy. Her husband can trust 100% in her. Because he knows her intentions and he knows her heart. He knows that he is safe with her. For her intention is not to harm him, but to bless him with good all the days of her life. In verse 12, we learned that another one of her characters was that she rewards her husband with good and not evil all the days of her life. Here we learn that she is loving, caring, and always willing to serve him. She loves to reward her husband with good. So these are the first characters of Proverbs 31. Next week we will be diving into verses 13 through 16. So I hope to see you guys back in next week's episode. And if you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. May God's peace be with you all, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Thank you.